Hi everyone, Courtney Whitley here. I just wanted to put together a short video for you guys to teach you about Moby Max. I've had a lot of questions, so I figured making a video would just help everyone out. Step one, make sure your teacher login works. The county did go in to make everyone a login, and it should be your school email, and then the password should be 747 plus your employee ID. However, I'm finding that not everyone, especially the new teachers, has a login. So if you don't have a login, just create your own just by going to your traditional sign up and then sign up under Carver Middle School. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the Moby Max screen. If you were just at mobymax.com and your login wasn't working, you would just sign up right here, the start using Moby Max today for free. And then you would just type in the school zip code and Carver would show up and you'd be signed in as a Carver teacher. Okay. Step two, after you have got your teacher login set, you log into Moby Max using the Carver login, which is CMS at waltonk12.ga.us, and then your password is pass.1. Okay, so I'm going to go to sign in as a teacher, and then do the CMS at walton.k12.ga.us, and then the password pass.1. Okay. You may see different things pop up. But what you're going to do once you're in the Carver site is click here where it says roster. Okay, and here is every single child at Carver Middle School. Okay, what you're going to want to do is go to right here where it says share students. You're going to click on share students. Then you're going to go and you're going to find the students who are in your class. Okay. I wish there was an easier way to do this, but there's not, as far as I can find. What I did was I just printed out my class roster and making sure I found everyone. Some of the newer students may not be on there, and I can cover that in a minute. So what I would do is I would pick my students. Let's see. You can arrange it by last name, which is nice. So Damien's mine, Brianna's mine, and so on. I would go through and I would find all of my students. And then I would come over here to select teacher and I would select my name. Okay, and I would hit share student. Students have been shared. Now, once I share all of those, I can log out, log in as myself. Oh man. Sorry, technical difficulties here. Okay, so here is my Moby Max. Okay, I'm going to click here on roster. And these are all the kids I actually had been on before and shared. So these are all of my students that I shared with myself. Now, I can create groups. I can create groups. I would just click on the word groups and say I wanted to put together my, I'm going to click here for create new group. I might put first period. Okay, so save my first period. Just going to go down and I'm going to click the students who are in my first period class. Okay. All right. And I'm going to save and close. So if I went down here to groups, I could click on first period, and there's my first period students. Okay. If I had a new student who wasn't in the system, I can just go to register new student, put in their grade, put in their student ID number, create their username and password, hit register, and that's it. Okay. I was going to show you some of the features that I like to use. When you click on roster, you can come over here and do bulk update curriculum settings. Okay. You would select all, or whoever, if you want your first period that is inclusion to be different than your gifted fourth period, you may want to just, I can just click my first period group here and do it that way. Okay, I'd hit continue. I can enter their grade level. I can click on for read aloud sounds. That's a really great feature for a lot of our D students. Okay. I can update settings for show hide. So that's when they pull up their home screen, they can see all of these, or I can turn it off. Like the Daily Smile is a joke. It's like a little joke book, and I don't see it necessary for the kids, so I typically will turn that off. Okay. If I click on math, I can start the students with no placement test. I typically will start them at the placement test starting at kindergarten, and then it will get more difficult as it goes up. But for the state test prep, you would want them to be on grade level. Okay. Reading stories is typically what I like to use the best because it is nonfiction and fiction, and I do use the placement test to start. Because it does give you their grade level. And then the reading literature and the reading informational actually will just go off of whatever they score under reading stories. And so you can set up your things like that. Okay. If you want to know how the student's doing, you would click on the subject. So I'm clicking on math. I'm going to click on Damien. Okay. So right now, Damien's current grade level for math would be the 1.5. Learning velocity is 1.4 grades per year. He's averaging about 9 minutes per day and staying on task about 98% of the time. Now, there hasn't been enough because we haven't been in school long enough to make the month chart, but if you look down here on the daily chart, it is showing the amount of progress that he is making. When working for POI or on goals, it's super easy to just hit print and create the PDF with the graphs to put in their files. Okay, and you can do that for all the subjects. You can do it for FactMaster, which my students typically haven't been working on FactMaster very often, so I don't have any data for that. There is science. Science is brand new, so I don't know a lot about it yet. The stories, it shows you how many problems they've done. It shows you the score. Let me see if I can pick a different student who I know has done a little more. Okay. My students at the alternative school actually go to school for 3 and 4 hours at a time. So, okay. So he's only logged on one day actually. Okay, but you can come up here and go to progress, and that shows you how much they've increased. You can go to placement. Okay, and that shows you the placement test that he took on September 1st was the second grade level. The lessons that he is going to work on next is adding 1 digit with 2 digits. You can do assessments with them. I don't have a lot of experience with that. You can set goals for them, daily goals and IEP goals. If I wanted to set the goals, I would just click on the little gear shifter there, and then I would click on a grade. So he's working on a second grade level. So I'm going to click on the second grade. And then these are all the Common Core standards that he needs to work on. Now, it does show me here that he has mastered these grades. I mean, these standards right here. But I may want to set goals for some of these other standards that he hasn't mastered, and then they will incorporate those goals into his daily lessons for math. Okay. Students do have the option for the messenger, and that's actually where they can email you back and forth. You can see that some of my students like to email me, but some students use it to ask questions, others use it to say hey, obviously. So that's for math. They do have the same for reading. Like I said, I'm not very familiar with the science. The reading level assessment is new. It's a little bit different because the scoring is not matching up exactly. See, on his assessment, he was 7th grade. However, when he does his reading of stories, he's on the 6th grade level. So it's not matching up exactly. I'll keep up with that and see if I learn anything to share with you guys. The vocabulary is really great. They start off with a placement test. They will start off with a placement test, and then they will move up at their own pace. That's the best part about Moby Max, is that everything is at the kids' pace. They take placement test. So they take placement test, and they work at their level. If they're showing tremendous increase, then the program itself will enrich them and challenge them. If they're not showing enough progress, then the program will remediate and reteach lessons to them. And right now it's available for reading and math, the vocabulary, the grammar. I'll definitely need to work on trying some of the science out, and I'll let you know if I've learned anything from there. And I'm sure social studies is probably to come, but since it's all Common Core based and all the states aren't on the same social studies curriculum, that's why we haven't went to that yet. The writing, it's pretty difficult, especially for my kids, for typing it out and then how to grade it and that sort of thing. But I hope that this video helped you to at least be able to log in and get your students under your roster so that you can monitor their progress. All right, email me if you have any other questions. Thanks, bye.